Okay, so hi, my name's Holly and today is my 22nd birthday. Because I'm currently in university in Anglia Ruskin in Cambridge. I do film studies. In my second year I have a job at a big pizza chain, live in student accommodation, just this really small flat, which is just alright because it's got an ensuite and you know I don't have to worry about people ruining my shower, ruining my bathroom. And I also have with me my hamster Marcy, and she's just the sweetest little thing ever, and my baby, and I'm so glad I have her. So I've just finished editing a piece for 16mm filmmaking at university that came back from the lab a few weeks ago. It was a really fun project actually. I've been told by a lot of people that, you know, you really do have to do a project in film, you know, in actual celluloid film, to really sort of appreciate it, and I've absolutely really loved it. We actually got some bad news a few weeks ago. Our lecturer told us that because of a problem with one of the labs they usually use, the film was going to be late. We wouldn't get it until after the deadline, and there was this mass disappointment. We're like, oh, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? How are we going to make this project work? How are we still going to enjoy it? You know, I suggested a mitigation so that we could have the deadline pushed back and still be able to do it properly, but that wasn't the case. What actually happened is the lab made HD scans of the film and sent it over to us on a hard drive, and we've actually had to edit that in Final Cut Pro. So what we would have really done before was sort of the cut and stick back together, you know, traditional, you know, old editing. That's really what I was really excited to do, but that fell through. But working on Final Cut Pro was still fantastic. It gave us the ability to use sound if we wanted. We were able to rotate shots that weren't quite straight enough. We were able to crop shots that weren't quite composed as well as we'd like. We were told that if we didn't get the shots right straight away, that would be it. Because that is 16mm filmmaking. It is planning. It's leaving a lot to chance because you never know how it's going to turn out. You don't have the digital display to see what you're doing. It's not like filmmaking now, and that was really my draw to it. It was the precision and care. And I was very worried that I was going to be disappointed, but we got the film back today and it looks fantastic. The light, the dark, the grayscale, everything looks exactly as I wanted it to look. So that personally feels like an achievement, really fantastic. And we spent the evening editing, you know, editing on my birthday. Happy birthday! This is adult life, you just get on with the shit you need to do. Honestly, I'm still going to do the traditional edit when the film comes back, because we still get that in January. I am really glad that we did go with the Final Cut Pro, just because of the extra features we could add to it. Yeah, that's been a really good project, and that will be going on the internet on Thursday night if you're interested in watching that. You know, I do have a copy, you know, a finished copy now, but I want to wait until we've had the final screening at university before I start showing it to the world. So I'd like to know what your thoughts on it are, because there were so many different ways we could have gone with it. I was worried about working with my partner because we've never worked together before, friend at university. You know, we're friends, but we'd never worked together. So I was worried there'd be difference of opinions, but we've gotten on really well. We've had similar ideas, we've taken on each other's ideas, which for me is really fantastic. It feels like a success. And I'd be absolutely happy to work with him again, which didn't think I'd be saying. Sorry, Jay. Didn't think I'd be saying that. So, yeah, it's actually been a good day, and other than that, I cleaned my flat, you know, grown up responsibilities. My flat smells amazing though. It smells like Febreze, and it doesn't smell like hamster anymore because, you know, they're sweet, but they stink. I've asked my mother for a ukulele, actually, and I've been wanting to learn for a while. Really, because I hear it in a lot of the music I like to listen to, and I was like, I could do that. That is something I could get into, and that's something I could do. So, unfortunately, in the upcoming few weeks, you're gonna have to endure my... I wouldn't even know what to call it. My housemates insist I'm good when they hear me through the door. No. But I'm still gonna subject you to it. That's just no choice at all, actually. Things you can expect from my channel. I'll be posting some of my academic works, creative pieces that I've made in uni that include some animation. I make a lot of films with my dad. Over the summer my dad found a lot of 16mm tape in his shed, and I've been, over the last few weeks, I've been in the process of digitising that So he and I are going to be working on that as a project together. It was shot by my grandfather about 40 years ago. Other things I'm working on, I am a skater, or I was a skater maybe. When I was younger, I think I started when I was about 8 because my parents were really into it, and I maybe stopped around sort of GCSE A-level times because I just didn't have the time. But I've missed it a lot because it was great exercise, it was great fun, so I'm getting a pair of skates for Christmas. So expect to see some skating videos, maybe some tumbles, but I was pretty good. So maybe don't expect to see me fall over as much as you'd like, but there's the possibility, so honestly it's worth following my channel for that. I'm also going to be putting up some knitting tutorials over the next few weeks. Expect skating, knitting video, the 16mm project with my father, and also the academic videos. I'm sure I can think of 1,000 other things, you know, random things that you might want to watch, you might not want to watch, that's your choice. Thanks for watching, and watch this space because I think I am going to be pulling out some interesting things, so you can follow my channel over the next few weeks, over the next year, however long I can keep this up for, because I hope to be able to do this for a while. Thank you very much, and bye!